Worse solar storm ahead. It will be difficult to cope, is what the scientists are saying. You telling me that this shit about to have worse storm ahead? That's why it's so good that distributed ledger technology, it could work offline. Excuse me. It could work offline. You see, they're already preparing you for what's going to happen around the world. You already saw the whole entire banking system of Cuba collapsed. Now, what you think is going to happen of the whole country? What you think is going to happen to all the other countries and then coming to the USA next?
Hey, Shalom. I like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, it's spiritual because, building with the brothers on this past Saturday, Brother Ties of War, he had mentioned how he was like, something's wrong with the sun. He said the flowers, or something to that effect, it's not even facing the sun anymore. It's like facing in the opposite direction. And it clicked because I recalled his message. That's the solar storm coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, they fucking with the sun because they're about to bring forth a solar storm. And when you get into the information, that solar storm is pretty much going to cause the blackouts. And the blackouts, that's also going to ignite the switch. That's when they're going to start flipping the switch. And at that point, everything's going to turn digital. That's when the financial system is going to turn digital. That's why he said something about all the banks of Cuba had pretty much collapsed. And these things were happening all around the world. And he said the U.S. is next, which is true. And we know the U.S. is talking about Babylon the Great, virgin daughter of Babylon, that virgin daughter that's about to get his cherry pop. All these catastrophes, that's been happening around the world, is about to make its way to America. I came across a video on Redacted. It said the World War III is not going to happen in years. It's going to happen in months. So all the writings on the wall. The writings on the wall, and we of the Hopeful Elect have been prophesying about this, and we already know, once everything goes digital, that's that micro C hit, and let's get right into it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and part of that causing them is creating that solar storm. To cause all of these blackouts to happen. Now, they could blame it on China, they could blame it on Russia, whatever the case may be. It could come in the form of the solar storm, but it's looking like it's more of the solar storm, in which they are going to manufacture themselves. It says, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads. And we know that's talking about the microchip. Because when you look up the word mark in the Greek, it's charagma, which means a thing inserted, a thing imprinted. Now, it don't matter what, facet of society that you're in financially, you're going to be required to take that chip if you want to function in society. That's what it's going to boil down to, right? But we here at Great Millstone, we know and understand, the destructions and the evils in which that chip brings. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's why they've been performing gradualism, throughout these years with self-checkouts, with Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Easy Pass, just to name a few, to get you used to, digital payments, debit cards, credit cards, just to, expound a little further. And it reads, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. 666, Chi Psi Stigma. So we understand this is the devil's plot. This is the devil's plan, but we also know and understand here at Great Millstone that it's going to be to no avail. But this is the destruction, what's going to happen, and this is what the individuals don't know. They're going to take it because they don't know the destruction that this chip is going to bring. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark, which is the microchip, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the heavenly Father, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So ultimately, you're going to be destroyed by way of thermonuclear fire, right? You're going to be destroyed by way of thermonuclear fire. And the scriptures speak upon how you're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. So that's you pretty much being disintegrated by way of ICBM thermonuclear missiles. A good depiction of that is in the movie Judgment Day, or Terminator Judgment Day. The vision in which Sarah Connor had, and a big storm came. That's what's coming forth, man. This is what the elites of this society have planned. They can't go to sleep unless they have done some type of evil. Let me get Proverbs chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. And a part of that path is what? That microchip. Once they start pushing it and mandating it on the people, don't take it, man. You're better off taking death than taking that microchip. Because at the end of the day, that microchip is going to bring death anyway. So you might as well die for righteousness than die for wickedness. It says, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. Who's they? The Edomites, the elites of Edomites. They don't sleep unless they have done some mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And ultimately Edom's miserable because he sold his birthright and he got supplanted for the blessing. So ultimately he's miserable. So since he knows he's falling, guess what he wants to do? Take others to fall with him. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. And that's what's happening. The path of the just is shining and more to that perfect day. And we're approaching that perfect day. So where ultimately salvation is come forth. It says, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. That's right. So these devils don't even know and understand that once they go to push that charagma, that's when the Heavenly Father is going to root them out of power. That's when the Heavenly Father is going to root them out of power. For the simple fact that they thought that they was going to be able to control and manipulate the world by way of a device. And that's furthest from the Heavenly Father's plan and agenda. The Heavenly Father's plan and agenda is for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect, beginning with his son Yahushua, to rule the planet Earth, and then some. For us to be perfected, for us to have many children, for us to exercise spiritual power. Two kings can't rule at once. Verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness, they know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes, keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. That's right, because when you keep the word of the Heavenly Father within your spirit, no matter what this devil attempts to do, it's not going to be successful. That's why the scriptures say, let no man take thy crown. We ought not to make any type of man take our crown. That's why it's important to have knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures, so you know how to pivot, so you know how to deflect, so you know how to maneuver out of the way, from this devil, from this Edomite, because he's coming full arm strong. This devil know and understands that he got nothing to lose, so he's gonna go out guns a blazing. But the faith is what's gonna keep us afloat. The faith is what's gonna keep us headstrong. The faith is what's gonna allow us to receive salvation and deliverance, man. And only the elect is gonna be able to obtain that. Only the elect is gonna be able to obtain that. Let me get what's that? Psalm 21. Psalm 21 and 11. It says, "For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform." This is how we know that your new world order is not going to be successful. Because the Lord is telling us by way of the scriptures. That's why it's important to have the true understanding of these holy scriptures. Because the Lord gave us this understanding in order for us to battle that great and terrible day. Mentally, spiritually. It's not a history book. Well, it is a history book, but it's not just a history book. It says, "Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Yahweh, in thine own strength. So will we sing and praise thy power." And that's essentially what we're going to do when the Lord delivers us from this captivity and we see the downfall of our enemies. We're going to praise the Heavenly Father, in his power. Second to none. So yeah, I just wanted to pretty much bring that information out because this devil's due plan for a solar storm. Marvel not if this is a blazing hot summer. We don't know when these things are going to actually happen, but we do know we're in the time and seasons for these things to happen. So it's about keeping our eyes peeled, staying on the ready, keep pushing the work out. If we see something, say something. Warn the people. So with that, Lord willing, I have been edifying. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.